I just want to briefly say, to explain the somatics, it's a very long explanation, but a very short, easy way to explain it is in 2005, I was at a Conrad family reunion, and everybody in my family, after they come out of the military, they go work at various factories, and they're all factory workers. And there's a brutality that sort of efficiency feeds that it's soul crushing to me. So I wanted nothing to do with that life. But at 2005, I was at this reunion, and they just were talking about these jobs and bragging about who did more overtime, and it was horrible. It was kind of depressing, actually. But I realized when I left that I was treating my poetry the same way, in this assembly line template, I guess you would say. It disgusted me that I was living that way, and then I had to change. I thought I was never going to write again. I just thought, I can't stomach this. And then I started thinking about ways of creating an extreme present, and that's where these somatics come from, these exercises, they're rituals. And I did one for the Rothko Yellow, Orange, and Red 1961 that's hanging in the permanent gallery in the modern wing. And I'm very excited that Grace asked for this. This is the one that's going to be in the postcard is a shorter version. And I'm not going to read the whole exercise, but I will explain that I would take binoculars, and there's no rules against binoculars in museums. I mean, I did look into these things, you know, and to show up with binoculars. But I also showed up with chocolate to bribe the guards because they were suspicious that I was there for 7 days, not consecutive days, because, you know, it's not open every single day, but it's a 7-day project, and it also involves I call it touch yourself for art. So it's a real, since you can't touch the art, which is kind of sad, because I would love to touch Rothko's Red, Orange, Yellow 1961. I'm a firm believer that, I say that as though everybody else, there are other people who believe this. So far I'm the only person that I've met who believes this. If I've met myself. That there are paintings behind that painting, that the block paintings he did have landscapes beneath them, and in particular the one in Philadelphia and the one in the MoMA in New York. There's one in San Francisco's MoMA too that I've studied, but the ones in Philadelphia and the MoMA in New York have very definite landscapes painted beneath those structures. The curator at the MoMA in particular thought that I was hallucinating or doing drugs or something. So for 7 days, you bring different things with you to enhance the experience of looking at the painting. And then you take notes, and you take a lot of notes. You're there for several hours each day. And that's the only painting you look at. And the binoculars, I'm telling you, binoculars are really great to get closer to the painting than anybody around you is ever going to get. So I'm just going to read these 7 poems that came from it. Is this okay? I call it Rothko 7. Quote, whether things wither or whether your ability to see them does, unquote. That's from the Coinciding by Carrie Hunter. Day 1. It's October. I pressed this buttercup in April. I don't care what you think. Call me sentimental. Have you seen the headlines? Spring is a luxury. I hope for another to garden with my bare hands. Day 2. Awkwardness of being insane arrives after diagnosis, not before. Remove description from this blender. Do not hesitate. Day 3. More of a ghost than my ghosts. Here I am. Day 4. Tablet on tongue, stray voltage catching my ankles, ready to marry the chopped off head wheel. Elaborate and curse, it contributes evidence of life. Day 5. He kissed me while I sang, refrain shoved against epiglottis. Centuries of a vowel for endless refutable corrections puts mouth to want. And the thing is, like for instance, that last one I just read, the notes for that one I remember were over 12 pages long, single space, typed tightly, you know, and then I would print it out, and I don't know. There's a lot of excrescence. Day 6. Songs dying bodies sing at involuntary junctures of living. Exit sign leads us to empty launch pad. Walking maybe, or riding the collapsing tower. Big hands of big clock missing. This is not symbolism. They were gone. Day 7. I'm not tearing back curtains looking. I know love is on the other side of town. Bearing the leash with the dog was nothing but cruel. Don't ever speak to me again. Help me stop dreaming your destruction. Yeah, they just created the most negative poems, but it was great. I really enjoyed it.